They perch on rooftops. They flutter past your window. They watch without blinking. But what if I told you those birds aren't birds at all? They chirp like nature, but it's synthetic. Their heads twitch like machines scanning targets. No heartbeat, plumbing, no hunger. Just cold obedience to code. What if you're being watched by something programmed to seem harmless? What if the forest is now part of the network? Welcome to Tech Science Insights, the channel where today's science becomes tomorrow's nightmare. We expose the beauty, the brilliance, and the darkness hiding in technology. From space travel to mind chips, nothing is too deep, too hidden, or too dangerous for us to explore. If you're drawn to terrifying truths and future tech, hit subscribe and let's go deeper. Because what you don't know might already be watching you. The idea sounds crazy until you research. It all began with whispers. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon? People joked, but some began digging. Then, military patents surfaced. China, Russia, and the US all had one thing in common: robot bird programs. Suddenly, the joke didn't feel so funny. In 2019, China revealed spy birds that looked and flew exactly like real ones. They were used in over 30 cities, silently collecting data. Some could even mimic real bird sounds. And soon, other nations followed suit, building fleets of undetectable flying spies. Birds, once symbols of freedom, were now weapons of control. How these bird drones actually work. These aren't just camera drones with feathers. They're built with AI neural chips, able to learn and adapt mid-flight. They recognize spaces, log license plates, analyze group formations. They use thermal imaging, and some even scan for weapons or heartbeat irregularities. They can hover, mimic flapping, and blend into nature like shadows. Advanced models can land on power lines and charge wirelessly. They transmit data in real time to cloud-based surveillance hubs. Some even use microphones sensitive enough to capture whispered conversations. Their AI isn't passive, it flags suspicious behavior autonomously. And if needed, they can swarm targets without a human command. Who uses them and why? In border zones, they fly undetected, spying on troop movements. In protests, they hover quietly, recording faces and voices. In cities, they perch on lampposts, logging foot traffic patterns. Governments say it's for safety. But surveillance is addictive, it always wants more. Once deployed, these birds don't go back to the nest. Corporations have also stepped in, not just for spying, but for marketing. Imagine a drone bird that follows you, learns what food you like, and shows you ads on your phone the next day. Insurers may one day use them to track your lifestyle, your risks, your behavior score. What began as national security has crept into daily life. When the birds attack, weaponization changes everything. Reports exist, though unconfirmed, of drone birds carrying microneedles with sedatives. Others use electric pulses to immobilize. Imagine a protester swatting a crow and it shocks him unconscious. Science fiction? Maybe, but all the components exist today. DARPA, the US. Military Secretive Tech Division, tested autonomous avian assassins. These machines target thermal signatures and strike with frightening precision. The scariest part? These drones don't need permission. They just need an algorithm. And algorithms can be biased, hacked, or simply wrong. Here this is going. The line between machine and animal is vanishing. One day, you may walk in the park and see nothing but artificial birds. Real ones pushed to extinction, replaced by metal and code. Even the sound of chirping, synthetically generated by AI. Nature becomes an illusion, curated for control. Researchers are now studying how to hijack living birds' nervous systems. Insect drones are already real, turning cockroaches into remote-controlled scouts. Birds could be next. That means a real bird, controlled by machine impulses. Life itself becomes a puppet. If skies are filled with surveillance, then there is no true privacy anymore. Your every move watched, recorded, analyzed. You won't even know where the camera is, because it flaps its wings and sings. And that is the genius of this horror. Final thoughts. What should we do? We cannot stop technology, but we can demand transparency, ethics, and limits. No one voted to fill the sky with invisible watchers. No one consented to be prey in an invisible hunt. But silence is permission. Push for laws. Question authority. Ask, is this really for safety or for control? Because today, it's birds. Tomorrow, it could be every leaf, every tree, every gust of wind, watching, reporting, punishing. Stay awake. Stay aware. Stay human. Because machines that mimic life don't care about lice. Next time a crow stares too long. Next time a pigeon lands near your window and doesn't blink. Just remember, in 2025, it might not be alive. It might be watching for someone else. This is Tech Science Insights. Subscribe for more terrifying truths from the world of science. We'll see you in the next video. Unless the birds get to you first.